God. And if they claim, no, no, you're wrong, sir, I do believe in God. So what do you look like? Here he is right here. Here he is right there. That's God right there. The other white meat. That's God right there. So you ain't going to accept a black man as being your God. Go ahead.
They increase in riches. Verily I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocency. For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning. If I say I will...
Well, that's me, boy. Every time I got to get up, man, it's like lately, man, I'm like, I gotta get up again and go to this fucking job. You know, I'm going to get one more twist in my foot when I put my foot up this cracker's ass, man. I'm gonna have spikes. I'm gonna have spikes all around my feet, man. I'm gonna have boots with spikes on it, man. And I'm gonna stick it to you, man. I'm gonna stick it to you, devils, every day except for the Sabbath. But you know what you're gonna be on the day of the Sabbath? You're gonna be under the ground. You're gonna be under the ground. You're gonna be the mole men. And when when that sun start going down, boy, we're going to dig you out of that damn ground, and we're going to commence to kicking you square in your ass again. We're going to drill you. Go ahead.
If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me, until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I their end.
Right. Read that again about the generation of their children.
If I say I will speak thus,
in other words, if I'm gonna come out and tell the truth, as Ahmadinejad did, you're gonna offend them. You're gonna offend their children. Was not those people offended at the truth? So when we go out and tell you devils what you did, and we have documents, you got a problem with it. Go ahead.
Behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me. Until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I their end. Surely...
we understand their end. Unlike Bubble-Eyed Blackfish, unlike False Prophet 666, because they think Esau can make it. We understand the end of this man. The end of this man is he going to be slaughtered. Go ahead.
Just real quick. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 4, verse 26. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. It says, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. And you see that, nothing but unrighteousness. And that's why they got faggots getting married, faggot parades. The land of Israel is all corrupt, all type of diseases, famines. It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou askest me, I will tell thee. For the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. So the destruction hasn't come, even though the evil is here. But that's the Most High just letting it boil over. It says, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So in order for our kingdom, which is Yahweh kingdom, we're being joint heirs with him. In order for that kingdom to come, this wicked kingdom has to be turned upside down and removed.
That's the only way our society can come in, is that another society got to go out. All right, now let's go back to Ahmadinejad's speech. Because, this is easy, man. You devils, you make it easy for us, bro. You wonder if you think of a topic. Boy, all you got to do is watch the news. You devils really make it easy for us, man. Go ahead.
Who imposed colonialism for over 4 centuries upon this world, and who occupied lands and massively plundered resources of other nations, destroyed talents, and alienated native languages, cultures, and identities of nations, who triggered the First and Second World Wars that left 70 million killed and hundreds of millions injured or homeless, who created the wars in the Korean Peninsula and in Vietnam, who imposed, through deceits and hypocrisy, the Zionists, and over 60 years of war, homelessness, terror, and mass murder on the Palestinian people and on countries of the region, who imposed and supported for decades military dictatorships and totalitarian regimes on Asian, African, and Latin American nations, and established friendly relations with all of them, who used atomic bomb against defenseless people and stockpile thousands of warheads in their arsenals, whose economies rely on waging wars and selling arms, who provoked and encouraged Saddam Hussein to invade and impose an 8-year war on Iran, and who assisted and equipped him to deploy chemical weapons against our cities and our people, who used the mysterious September 11th incident as a pretext to attack Afghanistan and Iraq, killing, injuring, and displacing millions in 2 countries with the ultimate goal of bringing into its domination the Middle East and its oil resources.
There go that rat repellent working,
Who
boy. Them rats
undermined the Bretton Woods system
scurrying.
and
Like rats,
trillions
like
of dollars
rats
without the
fleeing
backing
from a
of gold
sinking
reserves
ship.
or equivalent currency, a move that triggered inflation worldwide and was intended to prey on the economic gains of other nations. What country's military spending exceeds annually $1,000 billion, more than the
Which is over
military budgets
a
of
trillion.
all
$1
countries
trillion
of the world
is
combined.
1,000 billion.
Which governments are the most indebted ones in the world, and who is the government that threatens all nations and countries with any excuse? Who dominates the policy-making establishments of the world economy? Who are responsible for the world economic recession and are imposing its consequences in the United States and in Europe on Asia, Africa, Latin America, and all other nations? Which governments are ever ready to drop thousands of bombs on other countries, but ponder and hesitate to send a bit of food aid to famine-stricken people in Somalia or in other places? Who are the ones dominating the Security Council, which is ostensibly responsible to safeguard the international security? There exist tens of other similar questions, and of course, the answers are clear. The majority of nations and governments of the world have had no role in the creation of the current global crisis. And
Yeah, come back. Elder Gabar just found something because he made a statement. Ahmadinejad made a statement that who backed the Saddam Hussein in the 8-year war between Iraq and Iran. And then that's when you started seeing those rats getting up and leave the General Assembly. So he has something here.
Yeah, I have a source of information from Wikipedia entitled United States Support for Iraq During the Iran-Iraq War. Support from the U.S. for Iraq was not a secret and was frequently discussed in open session of the Senate and House of Representatives. On June 9, 1992, Ted Koppel reported on ABC's Nightline, it is becoming increasingly clear that George Bush, operating largely behind the scenes throughout the 1980s, initiated and supported much of the financing, intelligence, and military help that built Saddam's Iraq into the power it became. And Reagan, Bush, administrations permitted and frequently encouraged the flow of money, agricultural credits, dual-use technology, chemicals, and weapons to Iraq. So there's your proof. Again, to recap, on June 9th, 1992, Ted Koppel reported on ABC's Nightline, which back then was a real popular news program, you know, ABC's Nightline.
That Nightline, let me say something on the Nightline. If you look up, if you Google Nightline,